Welcome to teleSUR English. We go live to Venezuela, where the population continues to mobilize in defense of the electoral victory of President Nicolás Maduro and in rejection of the fascism of the ultra-right. The rally travels through several avenues of the city of Caracas and is supposed to reach the Miraflores Palace, that is the seat of the national government, the destination of more than 10,000 motorcycles that accompany the march in defense of peace and the electoral results of July 28th. Simultaneously, citizens throughout the national territory take to the streets to show the truth of the working Venezuela that defends its sovereignty. And to have more information on the matter, we are joined by teleSUR correspondent Gladys Quesada, who is on site at this moment. Hello, Gladys. Tell us, what is the climate on the streets and the latest over there?
Yes, thanks for the time and the contact here from the South and teleSUR English and for all of our audience. Yes, we are currently in the departure point of this march, this large march in defense of the peace here in Venezuela, and also specifically here in Cantebe, in the Libertador Avenue, one of the points of concentration ahead of this march that must end in the Miraflores Palace, the seat of the government. And as we were saying, this is a popular concentration. This is a gathering that includes the youngsters, the elderly, the students, the women organizations, and also other popular sectors here in Caracas and in over 100 cities of all the country. And in this moment, this is one of the many marches in defense of the peace. And we know this is one of the premises of the Bolivarian Revolution and also of the government of President Nicolás Maduro, and is the peace as one of the many bases, the pillars of the revolution and the pillars of the policy in the country. As we have been noticing, people is coming with banners, chanting slogans, and also with pictures of Hugo Rafael Chávez Frías and pictures of Nicolás Maduro Moros, as they were using them and doing during the presidential campaign time ahead of the July 28th presidential elections. Precisely, this is one of the largest marches in defense of the results of the July 28th presidential polls. And as we have been saying, this were contested by terrorist factions and terrorist organizations here in Venezuela that tried to make outbreaks of terrorist actions and violence against popular institutions. We were saying this because Chavismo has not stopped doing its work, and the Bolivarian Revolution is just ongoing with their work, recovering and taking back the spaces that were attacked and the institutions that were attacked and tried to loot in during the riots, the violent riots of July 29th and 30th. As we know, there are recoveries in healthcare centers and schools, universities, and other institutions and premises that were tried to be burned down, that were tried to be destroyed. As we know, also, this is a march that is in defense of the peace because as some intel from government that were announced by the first vice president of the United Socialist Party of Venezuela, Diosdado Cabello Rondon, there are information about violent plots and schemes from the far-right organizations, the radical groups of the right, the extreme right, that are trying to also do violent actions in this march, and today they were calling for a march of their bases. So Chavismo is in the streets in defense of their revolution and in defense of their conquest, and also about the goals of the revolution, which is to give popular power, popular will for everyone. And mentioning that, on purpose of that, we know that next August 25th, there will be another popular consultation for the communes, which means that the people can choose which projects they intend to finance and what projects they want to move on with. So if they want the revolution to survive and to persist, they have to do this. They have to take the popular power in their hands, and which is the best way to do it, doing marches, rallies, and showing the world that aside from the narratives, aside from what people are saying and the media is saying outside of Venezuela, there is peace in Venezuela, there is peace all over the country. So this is the information so far, this is information we have, and we will be back to you in other broadcasts and emissions.
Thank you, Gladys. We'll come back to you for more updates throughout the day. That was Gladys Quesada, teleSUR correspondent in Caracas, with the latest update from the Bolivarian nation. We'll have further information in upcoming news briefs. Stay tuned with teleSUR English.